We've sort of talked about this already, but there wasn't really a day Sayori and I became friends. Or if there was, it was when we were so young that we can't remember. Like she said, we've been friends basically all our whole lives. So yeah, there you go.
Next!
For all of you guys, would you like to go to Australia? If so, why?
Australia?
Huh? I can tell you why I wouldn't like to. I've seen pictures of their insects.
Yeah, I'd take a visit to Australia. Aussie seems super chill. Plus, I'm kind of interested to hear all the horror stories about the indigenous wildlife Earthbound has to say. So yeah, count me in. I'm not as interested in the scary wildlife, but I would like to meet Australians. They seem very friendly. Plus, a lot of Australia seems really pretty.
Australia seems lovely. Although I'm not much of a traveler, but not mind spending some time there. Perhaps in the future. Sure, why not? I've never actually been overseas before. Australia seems like as good a place as any to start.
My sentiments exactly. Whether it's our world's Australia or real world Australia, I'd take either one. It's reasonably close and it seems nice.
Yeah, like some of the girls said, Australia has a reputation for being very friendly. And I think that's a really good sign for a country. I definitely want to come and see if it's true.
And there you have it. Next!
Do any of you play TF2? If so, which class do you main? Also, can I get a Discord invite? Felix.
Gamer time, baby! FC and I are the only TF2 players around here. I don't really main anything, but I end up playing a lot of Demo Man and occasionally Heavy.
Whereas I main Soldier. Sometimes I play Sniper or Scout.
Fine choices, indicative of a man of skill. Who do you think we'd all be if we were matched to TF2 characters, MC?
Well, obviously I'd be Soldier. Very default class, very normal, but he's got hidden depths to him.
True, that tracks.
I'm not sure you'd be Demo Man, though. I know that's the obvious choice because you actually play Demo Man and also haha Natsuki and explosions, but you're more sophisticated than that. I think you're actually a better fit for Scout. Move fast, mess people up at close range, and troll them.
Sophisticated take. What about Sayori? Medic?
Yeah, definitely Medic. Let's see, that leaves Yuri and Monika. What do you think for Yuri?
Oh, definitely the spy. She's sneaky. She likes knives. Full package.
Oh man, you're totally right. I forgot all about that. I don't know if they meant to put in extra L's there, but they might have. Totally. For Monika, Okay, work. Engineer.
Yeah! She does a bunch of technical stuff and doesn't have to kill you herself because she's created an elaborate system that kills you. And also she seems really calm and friendly when actually she can be super deadly. So yeah, that's everyone.
Wait, what about me? I don't know this kid, but I'd still like to know my archetype.
Pyro.
I guess that shouldn't come as a surprise.
Well, that answer ended up being very interesting. You're in by a sense, Felix. And proceeding on to the next email.
To all of the club, what is your favorite place to go to other than the club itself? What was the best thing you did in the club and why? Which of the books you've read do you like the least and why?
I guess let's do these one at a time. I like to be out in the middle of the city, as I've said before. Especially in the evening or at night, I feel very alive when I'm in the midst of bustling people. The best thing I did in the club, I guess I'd have to say helping Fuyuki. That was really important. It's difficult.
And you brought me back also. Give yourself credit. You have thumbed your nose at death.
I have. I guess I deserve some credit for that. As for which of the books I read that I liked the least, I honestly could not tell you. I only really remember books I like. If I didn't like it, that means that I probably forgot about it pretty quickly.
Well, no, that's usually the opposite. Like, people... It's actually something that Yachi Kroshow goes on about, that being bland is the greatest sin, because the best and the worst, the least you can learn things from the worst, and the best are good experiences.
What about you, MC?
Obviously, I like spending time at Sayori's house. Other than that, I like going out to eat a lot. Restaurants are a lot of fun. And tasty. I'm not sure what the best thing I've done in the club is. Everyone else has done these really epic and awesome things, whereas I haven't done anything particularly of note.
You literally willed yourself into existence.
Oh yeah! I always forget about that. I did do that, didn't I? Let's go with that then. Like Monika says, it's pretty tough to pick a least favorite book. I'll go with one Sayori and I found recently. She ran up to me laughing and showed it to me. It was called How to Talk So Your Husband Will Listen, and honestly it was absolutely ridiculous. It was full of the most absolutely patriarchal, women should be subservient nonsense. It was so bad it was just really funny. So yeah, I'll go with that.
Giving Natsuki my confession letter was extremely difficult. It was very hard to even sit down and write. Working up the nerve to actually give it to her, in fact, and not just in imaginary rehearsals, was tremendously hard. I give myself much credit for actually managing to do it. Even though it might seem mundane to the rest of you, from my perspective it took a lot of courage. So I suppose I must say that that was the best thing I did in the club. I've read many poor books, but like Monika, my memory of them flits away the second I put them down. If it were bad, but made a larger impression upon me, so as to be remembered, then it could not possibly be that bad.
I know the question is about a place where we really go other than the club, but I really like going to the club though. It's one of the only places I actually enjoy going. I can't say I enjoy going home, right? Oh, I know. I like it when I wake up earlier than I'm seeing go wake up. That's really fun. And it makes me feel like I'm getting better. I don't know what the best thing I did in the club is. I know that everyone's going to tell me that I probably do a bunch of positive stuff around the club, but to be honest, I can't think of it. Everything seems really normal, I guess. So I'm really not the best person to ask about what feats or whatever I've done in the club. I really thought that book that I showed him the other day was really funny. I can't believe there are people who still think that way. I don't think I could come up with a better choice than that.
I really look forward to this conference that happens every 2 years for high school and college science teachers. It's a sort of a half a seminar, half a fun get-together. You learn all sorts of neat ways to teach. Plus they give lectures on new developments in your field that might apply to your lessons. It's a great way to stay up to date and learn how other teachers teach chemistry. So I really look forward to it every couple of years, even if I had to pay for it out of my own pocket.
That's not right. You should get the school to pay for it.
I've thought about it, but honestly it's not that expensive, and really it's only half professionally relevant. The rest of it is just socializing.
Still seems like a business expense to me.
Maybe. I guess the best thing I did in the club was when I deleted myself to bring everyone back. I honestly thought that was the end of the road for me, although I'm so glad it wasn't. Really, I don't deserve much credit for that, though, since I caused the problems in the first place. Finally, as to my least favorite book, there was this chemistry textbook I had to teach out of early on in my career. It was already about 30 years old when I had to teach with it. And it was just awful. The person who wrote it seemed not to understand the subject at all. I remember the title. It was Experimenting with Chemistry, a Student's Primer. And yes, just constant fundamental errors and mistakes. And it was practically unreadable. No effort to get engagement or be interesting at all. Honestly, it seems like someone had just transcribed an existing chemistry textbook. Someone who had no chemistry expertise whatsoever. And they had transcribed it from a language they didn't speak very well. Honestly, now that I think about it, that might be exactly what happened. Who knows? I'll never forget that awful textbook.
I like going to all sorts of places. I really dig old school arcades, like ones that have neon everywhere and probably laser tag in the back.
I still can't believe you made me do laser tag.
Oh, you enjoyed it. Stop whining. Man, I'm kinda in MC's boat when it comes to the cool stuff I've done in the club. I haven't done anything super noteworthy or neat. I just chill up, hand over my poem, and sass everyone a lot. Oh, I think that's pretty neat. You're right, it is very neat. Worst thing I've ever read was Musically. Absolute garbage. I'm not even going to talk about why. It honestly is not worth the critique.
I guess you'll have to find out on your own, dear viewer.
This email looks like it has more parts to it. It does. Let's hit it then.
To Monika and Miss Ida, what are your favorite books to read?
Hey, they're my favorite book to read. I really like Les Miserables. That's probably my favorite book.
Even if you reread it over and over again without end.
It's a deserving book. How about you, Miss Ida?
Well, unrelated to chemistry, I'm a big fan of the Sherlock Holmes stories, so I'd recommend those to our viewer. What does the next part of this say?
To Monika, have you ever heard of the visual novel You and Me and Her? There's a character named Suzuki in it. Why is that a question? What do you think of the character? Asking you since Suzuki is self-aware like you, so I figured you better, or who better to ask about this than you, Monika?
Yeah, I know this visual novel very well. Obviously, the girl in that game and I have some important similarities. She's called Sona Miyuki here. Maybe she goes by a different name than where you are. But I also think we're drastically different. I'm much less cruel and horrible. Or at least I like to think I am. I know I did some terrible things too, but I was more ignorant or in denial. And maybe a little bit mentally compromised or horror and trauma. But she was just needlessly cruel and awful. Maybe that's also why you see me, I guess. But I think it's different, at least a little. Anyway, on to the next email.
Sounds like she's a similar Monika figure, but here's the thing. What if she's Monika, but she was right, and that the others are NPCs or something? Who has the best alcohol tolerance out of the group, and who has the worst? Well, I think they answered that with like the final club, and you're all drunk, yeah.
Oh, can I answer this one since I've chaperoned you?
Sure, I don't see why not.
So, I have the best alcohol tolerance of everyone here, because I'm older and more experienced.
And also, you are a raging alcoholic who drinks a lot.
She's joking, everyone.
Yeah, you're not an alcoholic, but you will slam some beers from time to time.
Indeed I will. After me, Yuri, MC, and Natsuki are all roughly the same tolerance level, which is surprising since Natsuki has a good bit less body mass.
Hell yeah, I am awesome!
Monika, I do not know, she does not drink, but Sayori very much has the poorest alcohol tolerance. A little goes a long way with her.
Hey, I'm working on it. We're going to college and I'll have plenty of time to work on my alcohol tolerance.
That's tolerance.
Yeah. Yeah, there you have it.
Question, or really not a question for Natsuki. You thought JoJo was the best anime in episode 5. Pokemon, the anime, is actually superior, and here's why. Action. Yep, we have action. Story. Great storyline. It seems to take a different turn on the video games, but still keeps some of the lore, such as Team Rocket. Character development. Yes, we have a lot. You can clearly see the characters get stronger physically and mentally, as well as seeing the trainers bond with the Pokemon get stronger as well. Memes. Not as much, but we have Bidoof, Bellsprout, several other Pokemon made to be the butt of all jokes. I feel like you can say those kinds of things about, like, all kinds of things.
Oh, for me? Wait! Are you serious right now? Are you trolling me? I mean, sure, Pokemon is a great anime. Love the characters. Jesse and James are fantastic. But, like, comparing it to JoJo? JoJo is a whole different league, my friend. Much better action, much more rich story, or perhaps richer, epic character development, and just completely outclassed on memes. Although I do love milk. But yeah, Pokemon good, but JoJo better. Natsuki out. And also, next!
MC, my man, this mod of yours has got to be my favorite of your 3 mods. I was really well invested in the little story that had been set up. I also laughed a little too hard when I saw Monika's name tag reading John. If you ever read it or decided to do a sequel to that mod, since you left it somewhat open-ended, then can we please see what was in that cabinet? Oh hey, someone likes my mod. I guess now that it's over, I can spoil it a little bit. The mod is based on the introductory scenario for Call of Cthulhu, The Haunting. Yuri lent me the book for it. So anyway, yeah, the cabinet does have some useful stuff in it. It has Corbett's diary, which kind of explains what he's been trying to accomplish there, and also warns you that he has the ability to animate objects. And it has some strong clues that downstairs is where the real solution is. And it also has a pretty good bit of cash. So yeah, that's what's in the cabinet. Spoilers, I guess, if you wanted to play The Haunting. What's next? Sayori. Orange soda, cream soda, lime soda, or grape soda?
Ooh, this is actually kind of hard. I think I can get rid of grape soda right away. It's alright, just not my favorite.
You know, I had to come around to grape soda. It's pretty good.
Lime soda is really good, but it's still not my favorite compared to these other two. Between orange and cream soda, man, that's tough. I like them both in different situations, you know. I think I have to go with cream soda, though. Although orange soda is fantastic. But cream soda, man! It's like drinking a cake! It's awesome! Wow, that was a great question. I want more questions like this one. Incredibly based takes from Sayori. There's still more to this email.
Yuri, I gotta agree with Sayori in that it's been a little worrying that you've been so clingy to the president role for a while now. Not that you've used for irresponsible things, it's just that you kinda seemed to be a little reliant on the console at times. Also, it was a little odd not being able to hear everyone else's opinions of each other's poems when all we could see was your thoughts. But I guess it was fine. And by the way, did you mean to mention me, the player, to Ria back in episode 35 about MC's poem writing habits? She didn't seem to question who I was or why we'd affect MC's writing, so I guess it was fine. Anyway, you may be glad to know my knife collection is at a solid 3 knives, and also as my neutral special, I wield a gun. Just an air-compressed one for a cosplay I did a year ago, but I keep it for self-defense in case a burglar decides to break in. They'll never see it coming.
Oh, you clearly sent this a little while ago. I suppose I was a little clingy, but no need to worry, I cling no longer. I was so caught up in trying to improve your experience that I may have detracted from it somewhat. I suppose that is the cost of experimentation. And yes, I did accidentally give out a little bit of information to Rie, although we played it off well. It's actually very difficult when you know your life is a simulation not to refer to the fact in front of others. I know my club mates will agree.
Definitely very hard. I've done it too, back before Miss Ida knew.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember exactly what I said, just that I said something that I immediately realized you should not have heard.
Anyway, your knife collection has a humble but noble beginning. I did not think I could fire a gun at someone, even an air-compressed one. Nor do I think I could use a knife and anger at another person, whether they were attacking me or not. Obviously, I'm not completely non-violent, it's just... stabbing someone feels so intimately wrong. If that makes sense.
Natsuki, okay, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and assume that you spiking Monika's drink was a drunk decision. Still a terrible thing you did, and hopefully all is sorted out by now. But if I have learned anything from a popular bridge series, you are still going to be responsible for drunk Natsuki, even if she is an idiot.
Yeah, I got all that. That was a major fuck-up. And it sucks because normally I'd be the person to scream at someone to respect a boundary like Monika has around alcohol. And then there I was going and being an asshole. And I mean, yeah, it was a drunk decision. And in fairness, I'm kind of out of being drunk and dealing with that whole headspace. But no excuses. Fuck-ups are fuck-ups. And it doesn't matter if you're sauced when you fuck up. What I did was terrible and I knew better than to do it, and I did it anyway. I have apologized to Monika and won't ever do something like that again. And that's all I can do about it now.
That's all you need to do about it. Thank you, Natsuki.
Alright, well, we could read that, or we could save it for next time, because I'm out of time for this one. We have a lot of saves, I don't need them. I'm going to save over this one. I think it's safe to save over the first one. Yeah, that'll do it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you next time with more Club Meetings Season 3 post-game mailbag. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.